Like, cause
I really like Red Dead 2 online. The only problem is, and I've noticed this on Reddit too, because I follow the Reddit for Red Dead 2 online.
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, there is a ton of misogyny in that game.
Wait, are you being serious?
I am not kidding.
What do you mean by that?
You know how every time we log in, there will be a guy who's a cowboy, and they'll like tie us up and try to hog tie us, and then shoot us and kill us over and over again. It is because they hate female players in that game.
Wait, really? That's a real thing?
Yeah, like, the guys who play that game, a lot of them hate female players or, like, female cowgirls or whatever.
Why?
And purposely try to hogtie them and stuff over and over again.
I don't understand why. What's the deal?
I don't know, but I saw this, like, whole post on Reddit about it, and it's, like, true. There was tons of girls in the comments who were like, yeah, the same thing happens to me. And there was this one guy who was like, I play with my wife, and I have a guy character, she has a girl character. And I'm fine. Nobody ever bothers me in Red Dead Online. But every time she logs in, not only does she get bothered, but then people will send her messages to her account telling her weird, gross things. And, like, I don't know if I've gotten any messages from it because I turned my messages off probably, like, 6 months ago now. Mm-hmm. So people couldn't send me any more weird, gross things because I was getting a lot of weird, really weird messages from, like, Marvel Rivals and stuff like that. But yeah, like, apparently, like, a bunch of guys will, like, send really lewd messages and stuff.
Speaking of lewd, I love this little...
I love the hot tub with our girl characters. It's really hot. But yeah, also, you know how my username on PlayStation and on Xbox is Magical Jill?
Yes.
Well, Jill
We're like Magical Shill.
Well, Jill is a very obviously girly name. And
hold on. I believe in LGBTQ issues and non-binary naming, so I don't think so, Jill.
And so a lot of girls who have very obviously girly names also get this kind of treatment on different online games, but it's especially bad on Red Dead Online, I saw.
That's so
Reddit.
weird, because, like, usually the stuff of, like... Also, I started taking pictures of you. Usually the stuff of, like, there's a lot of misogyny here,
Usually it's, like, overreaction from women, but this time it isn't.
Yeah, I'd say usually it's BS. Like, usually it's made up. But, yeah, no, I've noticed, too, like, people are mean to me on there because I play as a girl. Because I thought it was fun, and I like the clothes more.
Yeah, and we wanted to be hot lesbian cowgirls.
Well, and also, like, I can play as Arthur, like, in the story. I can play as a guy in the story.
Yeah, so, like, why not change it up?
It's just different, you know?
Yeah.
That's the same thing I do in, like, Metal Gear Online, was I played as a girl because it's like, well, every Metal Gear game I'm playing as some guy.
Yeah.
So it's just different, you know?
No, I completely agree.
And it's the same thing with this game. You play as 3 dudes, which I love all 3 characters. They're great. But I didn't want to play as a dude in the online because I already get to play as 3 dudes in the single player.
Yeah, and the girls are hot in this.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, it's just, it's fun. It's weird.
They could have used better hairstyles, though.
So what do you think the deal is with that? Do you think it's, like, reenacting, like, the attitudes of the time?
I have no clue what the deal is with it. Most people don't know. The thread that I saw about it was mostly women who were saying that they didn't understand why it was happening, but that it kept happening to them over and over. And, like, some players would go as far as to, like, hogtie the female character, put them on the back of their horse, and then, like, drive them somewhere random, and then throw them out into, like, the desert, and then drive away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was, like, really weird. It's just very odd behavior, and I don't get, like, what is the point? What, like, how, are you getting anything out of this? Is this exciting to you? You know?
Yeah, I don't really know.
And why is it for girls specifically? Like, why couldn't you do
Are you
that
talking
to
about this? Does anyone else notice when your female character is dressed in girlier or more colorful clothing, you get griefed or lassoed a lot more?
I saw that.
Also, by the way, I love this picture. It was called Crack of Dawn, and it's a girl's ass crack.
Yeah, I like that. I saw that, but I'm talking about a different post where a guy was talking about his wife constantly getting harassed.
Oh, yeah, no, this is interesting. Weirdly enough, this is the opposite, someone said, of GTA Online in my experience. Having a female character, more people tend to leave you alone or don't shoot you on sight.
That's the opposite of my experience in GTA Online. Every single time I'm in a public lobby, people follow my character around.
In GTA Online?
Yeah, I've had people in cars, like, follow me around to my apartment or something like that, and then stand outside my apartment and wait for me to come out. Like, literal in-game stalking. It's weird.
This is very weird. Listen to this. This is from Mama Looney. I recently had a guy do this. By the way, if you want to comment on the decorating, I'm just showing kind of some of the options that are in this house. We'll show, like, a full-on thing later.
Oh, the pizza's ready.
Could you get the pizza and I'll read this?
Yeah.
I recently had a guy do this. He messaged me and sent me voice memos calling me ugly, so I started complimenting him. I said he had a nice voice and that I liked his character. He froze and stopped and then messaged me apologizing and said if people mess with me to send him an invite. That's kind of funny. That's weird. Yes, since I switched my main outfit to a less colorful and girly one, I get fucked with a lot less. That's funny. That's weird. Huh. I don't mean to be like, I don't know. Well, I mean, we never try to be preachy about anything. Just getting the food out. But, like, for me, I feel like I have never noticed this as much. I did notice when I played RuneScape that people would treat girl characters weirdly. Like, everybody wanted to get a RuneScape girlfriend. You know? And they would always try to, like... They would always try in MMOs to, like, get girls to be their girlfriend, but they would be nice to the girl in the MMO to get them to be their girlfriend. They wouldn't bully them. It would be
now
like,
it's bullying.
Will you be my girlfriend? Or, wow, a girl who plays games. Like, it was a huge deal. I remember when I was a kid, I was a teenager, a bunch of us, like, were in a friend group with one girl, and we would, like, fight over her.
What the fuck?
Because we, like, all liked her because she liked video games and stuff.
That's funny.
And we would all be like, no, she's gonna be my girlfriend. You're an idiot. She'd never like you. Her username was like Army Chick something.
Wow.
On RuneScape.
I wonder where she is now.
I don't know. She was hot. Her actual name, I do remember it.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't want to say.
Did she ever send pics of what her face looked like?
Yeah.
Oh, so she was hot.
Yeah, but you never know, like, if that's actually her.
Or it could have been just like a dude with a picture that he.
That's what
from Instagram.
I genuinely didn't know. When I came to visit you in Maine, I thought, what if I'm wasting like $1,000 here, and this is just a dude who like wants to fuck with me?
Hey, you really thought? What if I was a dude?
I did worry about that.
Oh, that's kind of a
cute name.
Was she
emo and Latina?
Oh, okay, that's where that name's
Latina
coming from.
and white mix.
I was gonna ask if she was ethnic.
That's not how you say that. Not how you say that at all.
Non-white variety.
I think that it's weird though, like that things have changed like that. I do think that there's stuff that did more harm than good though. Like you had all these people like Anita Sarkeesian or that one. She was that big like women's rights games journalist person who would always bitch about everything.
Oh, is she the one who said she got raped in GTA?
No, that was a different one. I thought that was Meg something. The one that was writing on the Knights of the Old Republic remake for a while.
Like, bitch, just log out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, I think that, but you could say the same thing to what you're saying.
No, I know. I'm saying that, like, the behavior...
Well, we do log out when people do that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying the behavior is wrong and that it shouldn't be normalized, but also...
You're not going to go on the news and talk about it?
Yeah, but also I'm not going to go on the news and make such a big deal about something that, like... And acting like it's more overly graphic than it is.
Right, you're just going to say people are being mean.
Yeah, they were just being mean. They weren't actually, like rated X doing that kind of thing. That's what I'm saying. It felt like a over-exaggeration and a lie, and it took away from the fact that other women are bullied in games.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is I think that a lot of people like that, how would I say it? They drew attention to the issue, but not in the way they thought they would.
Yes,
they drew attention to the issue, and what they told people through how they did it was, wow, girl gamers must be annoying bitches. Mm-hmm. Not, oh, I should treat these women with more respect. Like, that's the one that you should be taking away from it. Like, I'm not saying that it's okay. What I'm saying, though, is, like, when you get militant, and you go on the news, and you call everyone a misogynist, and you say that all gamers are incels and misogynists, and it's because
well, it's the way you present yourself. You know, you need to present it in a way where, like
okay, like Martin Luther King.
Yes,
like Martin Luther King was like a... Now, regardless of accusations, things like that, I don't know.
He didn't call all white people crackers.
He acted like a class act in public, and he was peaceful. And, you know, because of that, it actually got a lot of people to, like, see his point of view who would have, in the past, just called him an N-word and moved on. I'm being serious. And just dismissed him for being black. It got a lot of people to be like, wow, this guy is nice. Like, what's the deal? Like, how come we just egged his house or threatened to kill him and he's not... Like, he doesn't have a gun or a knife.
That's what makes people think. Like, even with that guy that you mentioned, even though I said that was kind of gross and creepy that he, like, randomly changed his tune and was all, like, nice to her after she complimented him. That is the kind of thing you want to do, though, is, like, if you're nice to these people, they'll realize you're an actual human being, and then they'll be like, oh, yeah, now I feel bad. I just, like, was mean to an actual human being. Or at least most of them will be like that. Some of them are sociopaths. And you can't get around that. There's a bunch of sociopaths and psychopaths in this world. But a lot of people aren't. They're just stupid.
Or they're just mean, and they're mean because they've had a bad life.
Yeah, or they don't understand what they're doing because they're really young. Like, I used to be mean. I used to be mean on the internet to people when I was really young. Just 'cause, you know?
I was not.
I was mean probably to boys on the internet, like when I played Free Realms when I was from the ages of 10 to like 12. And it was because I was going through that phase of not liking boys. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not proud of it, but like that's something children do.
Well, and there's nothing, you know, like that's okay. But I do think that like the behavior needs to be called out when you see it. I think that with me, I would be mean to people online if I got in an argument or a fight with them, or like if I knew them and we weren't getting along. I never really went out of my way to be mean to just random people because I didn't want to talk to random people. Like I didn't know them. You know how you said that like you used to go on Omegle and stuff?
Yeah.
And all of that stuff with the chat roulette type rooms?
Yeah.
I never did that because like to me it was, well, I don't want to talk to just random people I don't know.
I only did that with some friends, but like I never did it on my own. But the amount of you know, wieners that you would see on Omegle, quite the sight.
I guess what I'm saying, any huge ones?
No, they were all very hairy and gross and usually small and weird looking. And you didn't really understand what they were because you were like 12 years old and like you'd never seen one of those before.
I find it odd that these people were just pedophiles because like you pretty much have to be a pedophile to expose yourself to a child, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what they were doing. They wanted 12-year-old girls to like suck their penis.
Oh, yeah.
That was the whole point of like.
So how do these people not get in
Omegle.
trouble?
I think a lot of them did eventually, but that was like in the age of the internet where like things were a lot less regulated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were coming into the time...
I think I forgot to edit this part.
Oh, that's okay.
Because we're just standing here. Look, I'm clipping inside this person.
Uh-oh. Well, we were coming into that time, you know, like where like the internet's still new enough to where like people aren't regulating it, but it's old enough to like where people who are gross are starting to use it for bad things, you know what I mean? And then it got more regulated as I became a teenager.
Miss Baker is expecting you. Just go on in.
Ah, good. Thank you for coming. I think I mentioned we have some ownership problems.
Mr. Duggan.
Exactly. The Duggan family. They want to buy this place, but first they mean to destroy it so they can rebrand it, write off all its debts, and get it cheap, then turn it into a tacky dump. I feel awful asking for your help, but I obviously cannot go to the police, and we are trying to avoid a trade war or an international dispute.
The Changs are considered respectable businessmen.
They're not. The Chinese government cannot stand them.
I know, but they pay me to say that.
At the same time, Tao Chang, our owner who you met, has disappeared.
Now, normally when Mr. Chang disappears for 3 days, I think no big deal. Party, few crash car, and everything's fine when I write a few checks. But this time, he go out to score crystal, and he don't come back.
He said something about a contact in the desert, a meth dealer he had met, and now we think he's been kidnapped by some bikers out near Sandy Shores. Really the last thing we need. Another scandal. Is there any way you can head out there and have a look for him?
Champagne, anyone?
You got anything to cap off these conversations on?
No, I got nothing to cap off the conversation. I mean, if you're a dude and you're playing a game, please be nice to people.
Well, yeah, like, what's the point of being mean to random people? It's not fun.
It's weird.
You know what is fun? If someone's mean to you, to be mean back to them.
That's true.
Now, that's not taking the high road, I'll totally admit that, but, like, there's been times where someone's griefed me in GTA.
Okay, we think Mr. Chang is at an old abandoned motel in Sandy Shores, and hopefully alive, too. It's still not clear if this is a kidnapping or an extended after-party. It's probably a bit of both. But we need him back here at the casino as soon as possible. The Duggans have stepped up their takeover attempt, and we need our owner here to keep things calm, no matter how wired he might be. I don't think the Duggans are behind the kidnapping itself. They're major investors in a private military company, so if they wanted Tao taken, they have plenty of big men with guns to do it. No, these are just regular old meth-dealing bikers who are not going to like seeing you show up to spoil the fun. Please, just find Tao and bring him back here.
I'll just kill them 5 times in a row and blow up their car because they griefed me.
Yeah.
And then they get so mad and then I log out.
And sometimes someone's mean to me, and I'll have my husband log on and grief him 5 times in a row. I tell you what.
Yeah, or like, you remember when people used to be rude to you in Call of Duty and I would just kill them?
I do remember that. Didn't somebody send you a message calling you a simp one time because of that?
Yeah, but I think it was more like, I think I responded and just said, well, maybe you just suck. Or something like that. I got a couple cap ops. I love the Diamond Casino. We'll do more missions next time. I'll show off the full penthouse when it's fully upgraded, like, you know, all of the decorations again.
Are you gonna do in the spirit of Omegle? Look at your wiener like on camera.
No.
Are you gonna show it to us?
I am not gonna channel the spirit of Omegle. Is that shut down? It should be.
I don't know. I could look it up.
That and chat roulette, like, it was just such a psychotic idea.
I should go on there pretending to be a child and Chris Hansen people.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should go on there pretending to be a child, Chris Hansen them, and then extort them for money so you don't have to go get a job. And be like...
Dude, you just cracked the code on life.
Blackmail them and say, if you don't do what I say, I'm exposing you. Don't do that. That's illegal.
This is such a good idea.
I feel like that shouldn't be illegal.
It shouldn't be.
Blackmailing a child predator?
Yeah.
That should be totally legal. Alright, so we are here trying to help Tao Chang, and kind of ran out of audio here, so I had to go back and add some in.
Are we sure that's his name?
I looked it up.
Oh, okay,
We'll
good,
move
good.
this a little bit.
I feel like if we got the name wrong, then we'd look really racist here.
Well, we don't need to get the name wrong to look really racist.
That's true. We could have said it like, Tao Chang!
Okay, you can't do that, but yeah, fair enough, we could have done that. That reminds me of the meme I saw where it's like when I'm 3 drinks in at the work party and it's looking better and better to break out my Asian impression.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty good.
I had a very short topic. I mean, I think it'll bleed over into another Let's Play in the future. And it was something I was thinking about, which has nothing to do with this game at all, by the way. Because this next part is just going to be us going around shooting bikers and drug addicts and saving another drug addict.
Yay, drug!
I was thinking, well, last night we were at Target.
About becoming a drug addict?
I've given that a lot of thought, too.
I've given that thought, too.
But no, last night we were at Target, and I was thinking about the way things used to be. You know, much like anybody who's over the age of 30, it's kind of like a switch flips. You start liking going on walks. You know,
old.
You consider playing golf. And you think about the way things were when you were a kid. And I'm sure every generation of person has done this, but something I thought of for this was the way, and this is a niche complaint, the way shopping used to be way more fun. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is, obviously online with everything has kind of just like killed people's interest in having any kind of like experience doing anything. Everybody seems to want to stay home, you know? But also, these stores have become so corporate. Like, I was thinking with Target, and even Walmart, when I was a kid, they had, like, fast food stuff in them. And it was fun.
Yeah, they had a Pizza Hut in the Target that I used to go to growing up. And it was awesome.
Yeah, and for the one I was thinking about was they had, it was a Pizza Hut, but it was also, like, combined with, like, just a Target diner.
Yeah, where they had, like, Target popcorn and Target slushies and crap.
And pretzels and things like that.
What happened? It was like Sam's Club.
And they completely got rid of that in almost every location now. And instead, what do they have? They have Starbucks. I don't care about Starbucks. If I wanted to go to Starbucks, I could go to any Starbucks. They're everywhere.
I tell you what, I go to Starbucks way less often than I would have gone to their like little cafe thing.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly.
don't...
Because their drinks are overpriced and they don't have like good food at Starbucks. They just have sweets. And it's like, if I want like, you know, actual meal, I could have gone to the Pizza Hut in Target, you know?
No, yeah, 100%. Like, you could have actually gotten food. I remember when I was a kid, my mom and I, we used to get like a bag of popcorn and a soda and walk around Target for an hour.
That sounds great!
And we would get our groceries, and I'd look at the toys, and I'd probably play like they used to have video game demo kiosks where, like, they still have this for the Switch. That's it, though, now, really. But
yeah, and they have it in the middle of the aisle where if you try to go look at the Switch section, usually people with their, like, 3,000 children are taking up the entire damn aisle.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, like, and it used to be, like, both Target and Walmart, they had these video game demos that you could sit and play, and you can even buy the old demo discs for some of these. On PlayStation, I think they were jam pack discs. Xbox had some kind of exhibition Xbox discs or whatever too, but basically they would have, you know, like 20 to 30 minutes of these games that you could play, like the original Battlefront. It let you play the entire Endor map.
That's
things
awesome.
like that. You could just play that in Target, you know, when your parents were shopping. Now this was probably like a wet dream for like child predators who wanted to like go talk to kids or something, but at the same time, you know, it gave you something to do if you were a kid in the grocery store, essentially. And it got you out of your parents' hair, I think. I would say that you probably still needed some amount of supervision, but like a lot.
I wasn't allowed to play the game demos though.
Why?
Well, because my mom, for some reason, thought that I would get kidnapped, and I don't know why she cared, because she obviously didn't like me very much.
Okay, I don't know if we can talk about that.
But so like there was a rule in my house where I had to have my hand on the cart at all times.
Well, that's probably smart. You are kind of like a wandering off fiend. Even
do,
in your adulthood.
I do that even as an adult, so maybe she had a point.
But I think that, you know, if you had like a couple of kids together that were like smart, it didn't matter.
That's true.
Typically. I did hear a thing about a kid getting kidnapped this way.
Really?
Back then, yeah.
Well,
because the kids that they were with were not actually their brothers and sisters, and the security was stupid and assumed they were and kicked them all out of the store.
Really?
And then this kid got kidnapped and died.
Oh.
So I'm not saying this was like all good, okay? You know, obviously.
Hey, hey, Casino Buddy！ 天哪，你也来了！你要走了吗？好，我跟你走。这里也没有多好玩。Look at this cock guzzler.
Hello? Okay, can I confirm that you found him?
So anyways, I'm not saying that this was all good or like always a positive. Obviously, if you were a parent, I think you should stay close enough to like know that your kid is safe or leave them with an older brother or something, you know, something responsible.
I don't understand why the security guard kicked those kids out. What, were they being too loud or something? And why would he put them in the parking lot with no adult supervision?
I don't know, just an idiot.
Like,
I have no
what
idea.
in the world?
I have no idea. This was years and years ago. This was,
like
I think,
that
in the
person
90s.
should have been prosecuted.
Probably should have been sued. I don't know if they ever were.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was in the 90s, I believe. But anyway, obviously there's going to be bad things to anything. And that's pretty bad. But like, I also think that like you could say the same thing about your kid wandering off in the toy section while you go and do something on their own, you know what I mean?
I suppose, yeah.
And I also think workers should do a better job of like making sure, like kind of paying attention to make sure there's not a weird thing going on with a kid in a store.
I think a lot of these workers are probably the weird thing going on with the kid.
Okay, well, geez.
What? I'm just saying.
But yeah, no, I mean...
Some of the people that work at some of these places, I'm not saying all of them, but there's been a few that I've seen...
They're creeps?
At specifically Walmart, especially, are kind of creepy. Just a little creepy.
Yeah.
Obviously not all of them, but I've noticed a high percentage.
Yeah, no, there's unfortunately, I think this is something with, like, what is considered unskilled labor in general, where, like, because anyone can get a job, sometimes there's not, like, a good background check run on the person who is. I do think they're better with that now.
Yeah.
I do think they are. But anyway, you're driving the conversation off topic, and I only have a little bit of time left here to talk about how great it was, other than child kidnappings, okay?
Hey, kidnappings!
So something that I thought, with all of this stuff, though, was that, like, you had these things, like, you had a McDonald's. We used to have McDonald's in Walmart.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. There's still a Dunkin' Donuts in the Walmart that I was from in Maine.
Yeah, so, I mean, there are still some things like this, but overall, the only thing I ever see now in Walmart is Subway, sometimes Claire's.
Growing up, Dunkin' Donuts was a heck of a lot better than it is now.
And all of this stuff, I feel like they provided a better experience. Like, even Walmart, there used to be a clearance aisle, and it actually had good stuff on clearance.
Yeah.
I can't think of the last time I saw something good in the clearance aisle.
Now it's all, like, absolute junk that nobody buys because it's absolute junk.
Right, it's just landfill fuel.
Yeah.
So anyway, this was my rant. I don't really know if it made any sense. It was kind of about nothing, but it basically was, we were at the store the other day, and I was thinking, wow, Target has gotten so much more corporate, you know? Mm-hmm. And we were at Walmart a few days before, and I kind of thought the same thing. Of, wow, these things have gotten so much more corporate. And I kind of think it's like that minimalism versus maximalism thing that we talked about.
Yeah.
In a way. Where it's like you streamline everything, and you make everything kind of boring and safe. And I don't mean safe with the child kidnappings thing. I mean, that's probably good. But I mean, like, safe in terms of, like...
brand, not stuff, you know?
Yeah, brand streamlined. Like, well, we don't want to have demos in our store. Then we'd have to maintain this console. Oh, we don't want to have a popcorn thing in our store. Then we'd have to employ our own employees to do this, not Starbucks employees. Oh, we'd have to pay for this. I mean, it all comes down to laziness. It all comes down to... that would be more work. And they want to get the most out of the least amount of work possible. And it's boring. It's boring. It makes everything boring and less fun.
To be fair, I think that Starbucks employees that work at inside the Target, if I remember correctly from seeing something online about this, I think they get paid slightly better than if they just worked at a normal Starbucks.
Why? Is it because they don't get tips?
I don't know. It might be that, and it also might be because, like, Target is partially paying for it. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, anyway, I think it's dumb, and I think it's less interesting than getting popcorn and ices and fun sweets and pretzels at Target. Give me back my pretzels,
and
damn
pizza!
it.
I want my pizza!
Thank you. Well, we are all really grateful.
这排队没事，一点意思都没有。
陈先生，你打电话给你叔叔。
Well, thank you again. And anyway, I hope this will be the last of it, and we can make the Duggins go away.
And assuming next time I remember, I have another retail rant, which is about how...
Is this a new series, Retail Rants?
Should be. Basically, it's about how you used to actually be able to find really interesting overstock and old stock in these things.
Yeah, now they get rid of it immediately
Like
as soon as it's out of date.
Walmart, Target, all this stuff. Like, up until, like, 10 years ago, I was still finding Wii games. Mm-hmm. You know, or maybe not even 10 years ago, maybe like 2020. There were Wii games. And
Good
now it's like
times.
nothing. So anyway, I'll talk about that in the future, but this made me mad. For no reason. Probably doesn't matter, but it matters to me.
It matters to me too, because I know that, like, it used to be a big thing with overstocked Walmarts where, like...
Well, no, we're gonna get to that in the next one, Jill. Next one. With the food. Cap off the food.
I'm gonna forget about it, though. I was just gonna say, like, in the last 10 years, you used to be able to find G1 Monster High dolls, and now you can't.
Yep. No, we'll talk about that in the future, Jill. This is my fat cast, okay?
Okay.
Let me talk about my food.
Throwing a party at your